Welcome to the Books and Martinis podcast.
I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy.
And this is your go-to book podcast,
where we lift, empower, and spotlight authors.
Grab your martini and follow along.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
I'm Mercy. Hi, everybody. Hey, Priya, how are you? And a very, very nice welcome and cheers. I see your cup in there in the booth to Amy Slash, a.k.a. Lucy, a.k.a. other people, other characters. I'm going to let you talk all about it, Amy.
Cheers!
But cheers to you and welcome.
Cheers,
everybody.
Thank you.
Successful interview.
Yes,
So,
Amy. Go ahead, Priya.
Yeah, in your ears on the screen is Amy Landon, aka Lucy Rivers. And we just learned she uses one name for a different genre and the other name for another genre. So we're going to have to hear all about this because this is hot.
Yes. We want to hear it all, Amy. Take it over. Tell us all about it. Who's Amy and who's Lucy?
It's literally hot, guys. It's literally So yes, I am Amy Landon. I am also known as Lucy Rivers. Amy Landon is I do a lot of books where people die, lots of thrillers, lots of mysteries, that kind of thing as myself. I also narrate a fair amount of sci-fi and fantasy, which I absolutely love. It's what I grew up reading as a kid, as well as a smattering of other kind of literature and the occasional nonfiction book. I don't do a lot of nonfiction, but on occasion. And Lucy Rivers, my alter ego, is my romance handle. So she does all the sexy time. She does from the sweet small town to the really dark and dirty, kind of everything in between. And between the two of us, we are coming up on 800 books narrated. So,
whoa.
Congrats. That's massive.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Lots of books.
A lot of work. That's a lot of work. What does a day look like for you?
My day is, I'm pretty routine oriented at this point. I am out the door every morning at about 6:30 with my dog, and we do an hour outside in the sun, warm up, get my body moving. And then I come home and I do all my little supplements and my little drinky drinks, and I get in the booth, and I'm usually recording by about 8 a.m. And then I'm in and out of the booth all day, taking breaks, getting back in the booth, doing other things around the house or whatever, and wrapping up around 5-6 o'clock at night. So
it is a full day. Yeah, it's a full day.
Full day, yeah.
About how long do you go in between? I'm just trying to picture you working. How long do you go before you take a break?
I usually do 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Kind of in front of the mic. It's usually I do try to stop at the end of chapters. I'm one of those people. I really like to get to the end of a chapter. I hate stopping mid-chapter. It makes my brain hurt. So but I usually do 45 minutes or an hour, and then I take a break and you go do admin and you answer emails and you doom scroll for a minute or whatever, and then come back in.
Okay. It's like a reset every 45 minutes, pretty much.
So tell our audience more about you. We know you're a voice actor. You've done almost 800 books, which is just like insane. That's a crazy amount. And what a great journey, right? 800 books to say that. Yeah. And but let's hear more about you. Who is Amy / Lucy?
Well, I am a little farm town girl, honestly. I grew up in a little tiny town in Idaho, of all places. Town of like 4,000 people. It is literally where potatoes come from. Our claim to fame is like the Potato Museum.
How cool is that?
How funny. I love it.
Come from potato country. And I was that kid who went to the library twice a week and loaded up and read everything. And I got started early. I think it was my 5th grade librarian gave me my first Anne McCaffrey book. And that was just like, forget about it. I went down the fantasy rabbit hole real hard starting at that point. And then I fell in love with theater as a high schooler and ended up doing theater in undergrad, theater in graduate school. I went to graduate school to be a Shakespearean actor. That is what my degree is in. And then you get out in the real world and you realize there's not that much Shakespeare being made. And
let's come to New York. We have Shakespeare in the Park.
There is, but there's also like 3 girls for every 10 guys. So you're like, oh, right. Okay, so this maybe wasn't the best idea. So I got a graduate degree in theater for doing Shakespeare. I moved to New York City, lived there for 7, 8 years. And while I was there, I was doing a lot of commercial voiceovers. I was selling paint and wallpaper and juice and whatever else they were hiring me to do. And at one point, one of the casting directors was like, you'd be really great in audiobooks. You should go meet Mike Charzik. So this was like right when the iPhone came out, and it changed audiobooks completely, the iPhone.
Right.
So right as the iPhone lands, I went in to go meet Mike Charzik, who still runs Audible, but at the time, fairly small little company called Audible. So I went over to New Jersey. I sat down at his desk, and he handed me 2 sides. One was a nonfiction about space, and the other was a meet cute. It was a romantic meet cute. And I read for him at his desk, and he was like, great, I have a book for you next week. So I came in and I did a romance, and then I got another book, and then I got another, and it just snowballed.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of a lucky break.
What? I love that. Well, it seems like that's what you were meant to do, and everything up to that point prepared you for it.
Yeah.
From going to the library.
My little librarian nerdy heart just happy.
That was the root of it all.
Yeah.
And so in between the 800 books, and this is a simple question, which is your favorite or your top favorites out of 800?
We cornered so Carly told us about you, and we cornered her with her top 5. So you got to tell us your top 5 also.
Ooh, y'all, that's mean. That's
rough,
mean.
I know.
Let's see. I would say Verity, Colleen Hoover book.
Ooh. Hey,
wait, you voiced
I
Verity?
listened to that.
I'm one of 2 actors who voiced Verity. There's 2 of us.
Snap!
Coming out as a movie soon, so that's fun.
Yes.
Yes. Right into a movie right now. I narrated Queen's Gambit, which you may have watched on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was a great show.
Yep. Great book. Backlist title from like the 80s. So I got it much later. There's an author named Drew Hayes that I've done this series called the Villains Code series. We're on book 3 or 4. They're these like 30-hour kind of superhero, but it's super villains, epic books, and they're funny and they're heartfelt, and he's such a great writer, and I get to narrate like 200 characters, and it's such a joy, that series.
Wait, you split up 200 characters with your voice?
Yeah, it's epic. It's epic. And we're on
I would say.
I don't even know. I think I'm like 6 years into this. It's like so fun.
Wow. And tell us again, that's called the
Villains Code series. Villains Code. Drew Hayes. It's so fun.
Oh, wow.
It's a fun series.
Okay, so that's 3.
And then under my other handle, Lucy Rivers, 2 years ago, a book came out called Butcher and Blackbird that kind of exploded.
No, you have that.
No. Yes. I have it behind me.
That's me. That's me.
Wow.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that one was
snap.
under Lucy. The other ones were under Amy.
Yep, that one's under Lucy. Oh my God, I've narrated so
I'm like fanning out right now.
many good books. I gotta think of one more.
Who's your character in Verity?
I'm trying to remember her name. I play the dead wife. Not to give everything away, but I'm the dead wife.
That's okay.
I'm the journal. I'm the journal entries, if that is helpful. If you've listened to that book or read that.
Yes. And now you're going to, now your character is being played by, oh my gosh, what is her name? Anne Hathaway.
I think it's Anne Hathaway.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're so much alike.
Obviously. So much.
I know. Obviously.
Twins.
They based that on me.
Let's see who does it better.
Yeah.
I love
Okay,
that.
so what's number 5?
She was thinking and I took her off track. Sorry.
That's okay.
No, there's just like so many good books
You
out
just
there.
wowed the hell out of me.
Oh, there's a new series landing right now, a Lee Rivers series called Edge of Darkness. The first book just landed, Insatiable, and that's a full cast, but it's mostly me and Teddy Hamilton, and that's a dark romance ride if you're into the dark things, and that is it's a ride.
Edge of Darkness.
Yeah.
Lee Rivers with Teddy Hamilton, probably the king
So
of male
that's
voiceover.
pretty big spread of different genres and different types. So hopefully there's something
A
for everyone.
lot of names. That is
Yeah, look at you
fantastic.
dropping names. This is
Love
amazing,
that.
Amy. Wow.
What was
Okay,
your
so
first, what was your first wow moment that when you got that book, you said, oh my God, wow, like
yeah,
they
like I
considered
got
me for
this.
that
Like, oh
book,
my God,
right?
I'm
Like
so
I got this.
lucky. This is it.
That's so interesting because sometimes it's stuff that you wouldn't think because it's like, again, nerdy girl.
Mhm.
Like the first time I got a Mercedes Lackey book, I wanted to die because I read all of her books as a teen. Like I read every single
Oh,
book she'd ever written as this teenager. And then I got this new YA series that she was writing and I fangirled so hard. I was like so
really?
excited just because she was one of my people growing up. You know what I mean? Like sometimes these books that you're just like, you get them and you're like, oh, that was formative when I was 14. This woman was like formative for me. Uh,
Oh,
so there's stuff like that, but I've also had like Dean Koontz books, which of course you're like, oh my God. Um,
right.
yeah, I got to narrate this duology. That's what they call it when there's two of them. That
Hmm.
was a debut duology for a sci-fi new author that was so beautiful. And then she won the Nebula Award for it, and I was just like blown away. If you're like a sci-fi person, it was just
Mhm.
shocking to me that I was so lucky to get to narrate this stunning duology. So
What
there's
a career.
been some really fun ones, and hopefully many more to come. You know.
I'm sure. Oh, that's so fantastic. Tell me more about somebody finds you on the street, right? A friend from, I don't know, from college finds you on the street. What are they going to call you? Amy or Lucy?
Oh, Amy.
Amy. Okay.
No, it's really the romance. The romance world knows who Lucy Rivers is, but you have to be a
And
romance.
in your heart, what made you go to Lucy? Why Lucy?
Uh, it was me being very nerd. So, I was choosing a pseudonym 15 years ago. I've been doing this for 15 years. Which is shocking when you think about it.
Wow. Yeah.
You've done a lot though. 800 books in 15 years. That's a lot.
And now all these books going to movies.
I know, a lot of books. So they were like, well, you're going to do a romance book. You're going to need a pseudonym. And I was like, oh. So I went back to Jane Eyre. So Rivers is from St. John Rivers. It's the Rivers family.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
took Rivers from that family. And Lucy was I'm trying to remember which, it was a Jane Austen.
Oh,
So I went back to like classical
classics. Hmm.
classics for my
That's
for my
beautiful
naughty
though.
student.
You wanted it to have meaning.
I did. I was like, and now I listen to it. I'm like, Lucy Rivers. No, that does kind of sound like a romance name, even though you were just, nerding
I
out. Really.
love that. Oh, I love that. How long would you say it takes you to record a full book, like an average book? Because I know a book can be really short or really long, but just on an average, you get a book,
Yeah.
what's that turnover time?
Well, actual time in the booth, depending on how difficult it is, I would say I average an hour and a half to 2 hours in the booth for every hour of finished audio. So if it's a 10-hour book, it would take me 15 to 20 hours in the booth, if that makes sense.
Wow.
Um, but kind of timeline from beginning to end, I usually get the script a couple of weeks before I have to record so that I have a little time to spend with it and prep and make sure I know what I'm saying correctly. And if you're working with other narrators, that you can coordinate and be like, okay, so how are you saying the name Clara? Clara? What are we doing? What's
We
happening
were
here?
just talking about this.
Yes, we
Mercy
were.
and I were like, how do you pronounce that?
I know. And then forget about it when you get to like the fantasy world and you're like, oh,
Forget it.
That's what
Yes.
we were talking about, fantasy names. It's like, oh
right?
my God, like
How do you come up
the
with that
writer
name?
has,
It
And
should be like
sometimes
Mark
the
or
writers, yeah,
Jane or like.
sometimes the writers have very strong opinions and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're like, just say it however you want to say it. And I'm like, great. And
oh,
sometimes they're like,
that's it.
no, it's said like this. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to do my best to say it the way you just said it with your magical accent that I don't have. So
That I don't have, right. And do you read the entire book before you start the process, or do you read it as you read it out, as you speak it?
at this point, it's kind of more of a combination. When I first started, I was reading everything all the way through, but I've done enough narration now that depending on the book and the genre, I'll kind
Mhm.
of take a peek at the beginning, take a peek at the end, do some searching through for certain keywords or maybe hit some big scenes, but then I'm good. If it's a
Okay.
more complicated book, then I'll do a more thorough read. If it's much more like, okay, this is, set in 1942 Stalingrad, I'm going to need to dive in. I'm going to need some research. Yeah. And so it kind of depends on the book, really.
Okay.
I-
Oh,
Is there,
that's fair.
do you have like a favorite character? We talked about your favorite books and you have your two pseudonyms. Amy and Lucy, but is there a favorite character that you've read? You're like, I feel this in my heart.
Oh man, that is so. Speaking of Russia, I narrated a book for Harper this last year, I think, called City of Nightbirds. It's probably not one that a ton of people read, but it's set in Russia, modern day Russia, in the ballet world. And I am not a ballet person at all, but this book and like the relationships that were weeping, like it just lived with me. It was one of the few books
Wow.
that I actually bought a hard copy of it that I was like, I need to own this book and put it on my shelf. I'm going to need to read this every
Aw.
few years and kind of see how I change and how I grow along with the book, because you have books that you do
Right.
that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do,
So
do the authors ever sign your books? I mean, did you tell the author like how it resonated with her? And
well, that one I was never like in touch with the author directly. I went through a publisher, and depending on the publishers, depending on how things run, sometimes we don't get to talk to the authors at all.
that's
So
kind of weird though,
Okay.
like not to talk to the author, especially when you're done.
And you're the voice, right? Like
yeah,
quite
I don't.
literally, you're their
You're
voice.
bringing it to life.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Mm.
sometimes maybe it's like them being protected by their agents, and that there's a whole lot of
Sure.
people in between up at the
Mm.
top there
I'm
sometimes.
sure.
It's interesting.
So I wanted to ask you, what is one special thing you want a listener to know about your process? So to all of our listeners that listen to audiobooks, what is it that you think every person listening to should know?
Well, I'll give you two answers. So from the technical perspective, when I'm doing a book like the Villain's Code series, which is 200 plus characters, and Drew loves to pull somebody that had one line in book one into a main role in book 4. Thank you, Drew.
Jeez.
Um,
Uh-huh.
I literally pull a sample of every single person I voice, and I build a folder of those samples. So I have character refs that I go along with that I can go back and reference. And I'll do that for every book I narrate, pretty much, so that if there's a sequel, a novella, whatever, I can get back into it and figure out, oh, right, that's what I did with that person 4 years ago. Great.
Wow.
So that's from a technical perspective. So, I've got like a hard drive that's full of those. And then from an emotional perspective, I know this sounds pretty cheesy, but whenever I get in the booth and I'm doing, in particular, fiction, but even with nonfiction a little bit, I get in front of a mic and I take a second and I breathe. And then I put my hands up to my chest and I just take a second where I pretend I'm like cracking my rib cage open and showing my heart.
Oh,
And just, that's my moment to go, okay, now it's your job. Your job is to emotionally connect with this material and
Mm.
to go on the journey with the characters and to let it live through you and be with you. So
that's
Oh,
powerful.
that's
That
beautiful. That is
visualization.
powerful.
yeah.
Wow.
That's beautiful. And I think it's felt. I think this is why audiobooks are so important now, and why, like I was telling you earlier, there's so many people nowadays that will tell you the audiobook was better than actually reading it
Yep.
Yeah.
because you felt it. So it's people like you that make that happen.
Bring it
So
to
thank you.
life.
We really love listening to you guys. And now I can't remember Verity. I remember the whole story, but I can't remember the voice. So I'm gonna have to go
We're gonna
back
have
to
to.
that.
Our book
Back to
club
my Audible.
They loved Verity. Wait till they
Absolutely.
we interview
That
Absolutely.
you.
book was another one that was a wild ride that you're just like, oh my God.
What the heck is happening?
She's so good at the twist, man. Like I love a
Yeah.
good twist. I love a good
Right.
twist. And
Me
that's
too.
fun
Me
as
too.
like a narrator. You're like, because you can't play you can't play your hand. You can't
Mhm.
Right.
let people know. You've got to go. You got to try to like keep that hidden as long as you can keep it hidden, which
That's
is
so hard.
really
I don't know how you do that. Like, you know what's gonna happen.
right. People are like, oh, you can't play your hand too early, and it's really interesting when you're literally voicing a murder or a reveal, right? The person who's going to be
Right.
revealed. and you're voicing them early and you're like, but I can't so you're kind of trying to do this maybe genderless neutral voice, right? You're like, it's a weird thing to be like, cool, I can't, the whole point is we don't know who did it. So it has to be kind of this.
Can't scream yet.
Could be anyone, could be a guy, could be a chick, could be I don't know. Like,
Sure,
Somebody.
sure.
yeah.
Oh,
So
how
that one's always a
exciting.
fun challenge where I'm like, all right, nobody can know who this is right now. All right, here we go.
What a challenge. And my last question, promise. What is your favorite part of recording?
The fact that I get paid to read every day.
Ah,
That
I
magic.
love
That's
that.
like magic right there.
It's magic. It's literally magic to my little girl heart. I love to
Aw,
read, and the fact that I do this for a living, I don't know how it gets any better than that.
that is so awesome.
Yeah.
I said no more questions, but I have to ask you
I
about
have a
your
question.
dog. I know I have to ask her about her dog. Tell me more about your dog because I saw him on your page on Instagram and he's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. He is a 4-year-old wire-haired pointing Griffon, which is a very
Ooh.
big mouthful. He's a Dutch bird hunting breed, but really what it means is he's got eyebrows and a beard and a mustache, and
How
he's this
fun is that?
big Muppet looking dog.
Aw,
He's so sweet. He's a handful
aw.
because he's still kind of a teenager, but he's
Yeah.
adorable.
Sure. Mine is going to be 4, so I'm with you. What's his name?
Augie, Augustus.
Aw.
I love that.
Augie.
Okay. I
So
won't bother you
cute.
anymore. Go ahead, Priya.
Okay.
You can
Yeah, I
ask.
have an important question.
Ooh.
All right. What advice would you give to aspiring voice actors or audiobook
Audiobook narrator.
narrators? Yeah.
I think if you're really aspiring to do this for real,
Hmm.
the reality is that this is the marathon of voice acting. So pick a book off the shelf, one at random, not one that you love. Just pick one at random because that's what you're going to get is books that you don't get to pick all the time. Go lock yourself in a closet with a light on and read out loud for like 4 or 5 hours every day for a week. And then ask yourself, do you still really love it? Because you really have to love it. It is a joy. It is one of the greatest joys of my life, but it is not easy work. It's really actually pretty difficult on your body and your focus and everything else. It's the marathon. The commercials, I was like, oh my God, you're in the booth for like 15 minutes, you read 3 lines and
Sure.
you're done.
You're in and out.
This is a
And
whole different ballgame. So
I've heard that there are some that stand and some that sit.
I'm a
Which one are
stander.
you?
I'm
You're
a
a stander.
stander. I'm a stander. Yeah.
So you stand for like a whole hour, sit down, stand back up. What are you doing the whole time? Or you?
I
She's
stand
just standing and then leaves.
Yeah, and then I walk out and I, do something and take a break and sit down for a bit. But I find that my breath is more connected and I'm more in my body and
Mhm.
I'm more energized when I'm standing. So I like to work standing.
You don't even have to go to the gym.
Wonderful.
You know how many calories you're burning standing up like that?
I mean, she's up at 6:30 walking for an hour, so she's
Yeah.
good.
And then I'm talking with my hands. And I mean, quietly because you can't get it on the mic, but I can't stop talking with
Oh.
my hands. And,
Right.
Do
Well,
you ever
nobody's watching.
get to a part and you're just like, oh, like you can't
Yeah,
believe what you're reading and you have to
yeah.
like,
Take a second. Or sometimes I literally am like, okay, now you're crying. You can't cry during the book. You have to, okay, step out and get yourself together and come back to work.
Really?
Oh man, are you kidding? Because you guys are readers, like you live it. When you're reading
Yes.
a book, you live it in a different way. And
mhm.
there are so many books that just break me and I'm just crying along with it. And
I
then
can
you're like,
imagine.
you can't
You're
cry.
reading this character, and all of a sudden the bus comes and kills him, and you're like, oh, what the
Yep.
heck? Wait,
And you need
Right.
like
reverse.
a week to recover. And then you're looking for
Reverse.
something similar.
Authors like to kill people. They like to break people's hearts. You're like, come
That's
on.
the best though. That's why we
Oh,
read it.
talk
It
about
is.
suffering.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
They do
that
say
is wonderful.
that reading is the closest thing. I think it's psychologists say that for readers, when you read something truly deeply, it is like you've lived it. It is why
Yes.
it
It's an escape.
but you feel it all, the whole thing. So yeah, I definitely cry in front of the mic all the time, and then I have to step myself out and get myself together.
A lot of emotion.
That's intense.
Yeah.
A
So
lot of
intense.
emotion. So if somebody wants to learn more about you and your career, how can they find you?
You can find me mostly on the Instagram at either Amy J. Lou or AKA Lucy Rivers. I'm also on TikTok, but I don't use it as much because I'm just bad at
Me
it.
too. Just pick
Yeah,
one.
TikTok is weird.
It's
You have
so
to like get
much.
used to it. I'm trying, but I
try.
don't even know where my niche is now.
I know.
Me
And I'm on
too.
Facebook, but I'm not on Facebook as much as I should. I'm mostly on Instagram. So find me on
Me too.
Instagram and, message me, leave me notes, and I try to get back to people.
Oh, I love that.
Awesome.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Well,
I can't thank you enough. I'm sorry, Priya. I talked right over you.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I wanted to thank you. I want to thank you for your time and for sharing so many great stories. There's 800 books. Like, oh my
800 books
goodness,
for
I
y'all
got
to read
5 out
now.
of 800. So yeah, that's only 795 we got to figure out that you did.
Wait, I have a question. It's a random question. Only because
Mm.
this is what got me into audiobooks. You might not have read for it, but there's a lot of books. Ice Planet Barbarians.
I mean, I've never read for it.
Oh,
but
okay, all right. Just
Yeah.
asking.
I know what it is. I would love
I
to.
inhaled that series, and I think one of the narrators we interviewed said that I think it was Carly. I was like, I think I might have done that. I don't know, but there's so many books, so I'm just asking if you could have.
Well, maybe I'll just put out in the universe that maybe are they still doing them? Could I get
Yeah.
one?
So Ruby Dixon is the author, and she has a
Ruby.
ton. Yeah, Ruby Dixon.
Ruby, I'm ready. Send me in.
I'm trying to get her on the podcast. I emailed her, and she's like, "Oh, I have to take a break. I'll let you guys know." So
Okay.
Ruby, if you're listening.
Ruby, if you're listening, send me in, coach. Send me in.
Yes, Amy's ready.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Well,
I
this
love
was
it.
so much fun, Amy /
Yes.
Lucy. Thank you so much for being our guest today and telling us all about your world of voice acting and sharing all the amazing books that you've done, your favorites. We can't wait to share this online and in the ears of everyone listening. You guys need to check out Amy Landon / Lucy Rivers.
Absolutely. Thank you for everything you do. Bringing
Let's
those
do a
books to
final
life is
cheers.
everything. So cheers to you.
Cheers to you. And what's next and what's ahead? Thank you so much for being a guest. Like, share, follow, subscribe, everyone. And we'll see you soon.
And we'll put all the information for Amy / Lucy right here.
Down below.
Bye, everybody.